Right, I mean, I think the shutdown of coal plants, I'm just going to come out and say it, not in unhedged terms. All right, the shutdown of coal plants was downright idiotic across much of this state and much of this country. But we can't change the past. The sad part is once you shut down a coal plant, it's very hard to bring it back. It aches. It hurts us. You can't change the past, but we can still change the future. A lot of those sites that are still plugged into the electric grid, at least we can replace them with natural gas-fired power plants instead. And we have to do it because if we don't do anything right now, if we just stay the current course, we're going to have rotating power outages in this state in 5 years. I mean, that's unthinkable. I talked earlier today about my grandmother, whose funeral in Springfield we just came from. She grew up in a village in rural southern India where my dad would actually make us visit when I was in second grade in Cincinnati. In third grade, we would go in the summers. They had rotating power outages there. I know what that looks like. Okay? We didn't grow up wealthy here. We grew up middle class. But boy, were we glad when we could come back to our home in Butler County, Ohio, and turn on the lights in Evendale, Ohio. 10 times out of 10, it comes on. We took it for granted before we left. We come back from those summers, we say, oh boy, aren't we glad to be back. Or you open the refrigerator in the morning, the milk still hasn't gone bad. That's pretty nice. A nice thing we took for granted before. And I'm pretty sure that's what my dad would take us to show what we otherwise would have taken for granted to actually be grateful for here in the United States. Well, guess what? Now in California, they have those rotating power outages, and they're coming to Ohio in 5 years or less unless we change course. So we've got to take the permitting timeline. We're going to work together on this, Brian, you and I and others and your colleagues in the state legislature, to make sure that it's not 36 months to build a new natural gas pipeline. It's going to be 6 months or less in this state. Shouldn't take 3 years to permit a water treatment facility. It should be 3 months or less as it is in Indiana.